put these two ideas in juxtaposition. The Daily Mail, just for the record, is still encouraging you to care more about the contents of a complete stranger's swimming trunks than the cost of living crisis. So we'll ignore that front page for now. Although, actually, maybe that's not fair. Pressure on Sunak as it emerges his wife chose to be a non-dom. Now, that, I think, as Richard Murphy, the tax expert, explained to us yesterday, I think that almost makes a liar of her spokeswoman yesterday, and indeed elements, I think, of Rishi Sunak's, well, I'd call it an interview, but really it's just a sort of, it's a prolonged exercise in tummy tickling that appears in today's Sun newspaper. I can't believe the political editor has put his name on it. If I'd been required by Rupert Murdoch to print this, the first thing I'd have demanded, I'm not putting my name on it, boss. Look, I'll do all the sycophancy and forelock tugging that you want. I'll tickle the Chancellor of the Exchequer's tummy until he's turned purple giggling, but I'm not having my name on this rubbish. But here he is, bloke called Harry Cole, name all over this absolutely appalling apology for journalism that appears under the headline, Rishi, lay off my missus. So they're throwing that on the one hand, but on the other hand, Rupert Murdoch's other newspaper, because say what you like about the man, he's nothing if not balanced. They go on the story that has been spun to the grown-up newspapers, the Times and the Telegraph. They're speaking of a possible hit job coming from Number 10 Downing Street. So Rishi Sunak believes he is the victim of a political hit job designed to cause maximum damage after details of his wife's tax affairs were leaked. Allies even claimed that the leak represented a potential criminal offence, but nobody's gone to the police. He thinks it's a total smear, one ally said. It feels like there's a full-time briefing operation against him. This is a hit job, a political hit job. And so you read between the lines, it would either be undertaken by the Prime Minister, who is a little bit peeved that Sunak sat on his hands during the Partygate revelations, which are, of course, far from over, or it would be somebody who is also seen as a potential successor to Boris Johnson in Number 10 Downing Street, who is trying to sort of scupper Sunak's chances. The truth barely gets a look in. The truth, as I understand it, and it was explained to me yesterday, the truth is that absolute nonsense to claim that she had no choice but to be non-dom by dint of being an Indian citizen. The country's full of Indian citizens who are not non-domiciled, who are paying the same percentage of their tax, their income, into the exchequer that you and I are. And that, to me, is the central point here. I mean, just think about this for a minute. I'm sort of half tongue-in-cheek when I said at the beginning that either you are an obscenely rich billionaire who owns a newspaper. If you're defending Rishi Sunak, you're either an obscenely rich billionaire who owns a newspaper, or you're a terminally stupid sycophant who's tugging your forelock so hard your head might fall off. And you can find out if you're confused about which of those categories you fall into simply by checking your bank account. You can do it online now. You've probably got an app on your phone. Just go and have a look at your bank statement and then come back and tell me, are you an obscenely rich newspaper owner who probably engages in a little bit of legal tax avoidance yourself, or having checked your bank balance, are you a terminally stupid sycophant who's tugging your forelock so hard that your head's in danger of falling off? I can't really see any other category in which to fall if you are genuinely going to argue that that you should pay a higher percentage of your income into the exchequer than the Chancellor of the Exchequer's wife. If you want to do that, come on. Come one, come all. 0345 60 60973 is the number that you need. It's legal, as we keep stressing, although I think a lie was told, or at least a mistake was made yesterday. Sunak continues to claim that his wife shouldn't have to give up her Indian citizenship. If you are a citizen of another country and you pay the same rate of income tax in this country and the same amount, the same percentage on your income wherever that money was made, would you like to explain to the Chancellor of the Exchequer what he's got wrong on this? The idea that if you are not a citizen, if you don't have a British passport, it's impossible to pay income tax at the same rate that everybody who does have a British passport pays income tax. That's not a facetious example. Apparently the Chancellor of the Exchequer doesn't understand this. He's told the Sun newspaper that his wife would be required to give up her citizenship, and he said she loves her country just like I love mine. I wouldn't want want to give up my British citizenship, says Rishi Sunak, so why should she give up hers? The clear intention is to claim that she cannot pay income tax in this country at the same rate that everybody else does because she is not currently in possession of a British passport. So if you are also not currently in possession of a British passport and yet you pay your income tax at the same rate that pretty much everybody else in the country does, would you mind explaining to the Chancellor of the Exchequer what he's got wrong on that front?